Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. Entertainment. After snowy storage, examining and editing, I rectify the entertainment industry. Upon waking up, Ye Xuan travels to a parallel world. Due to breaking through the boss of a married female artist's infidelity company, she was kept in hiding by an entertainment company for 10 years. In a fit of anger, Ye Xuan was directly admitted to the Entertainment Bureau and activated the positive energy system in the entertainment industry. As long as you rectify the chaos in the entertainment industry and purify the atmosphere, you can receive rewards. Subsequently, Ye Xuan began to rectify the entertainment industry. Firstly, any film or television drama that cuts corners or has a negative outlook cannot pass the review. Secondly, a salary limit order will be issued, and the salaries of celebrity artists should be within a reasonable range. Thirdly, standardize the culture of the fan circle and prevent unscrupulous artists from appearing in the public eye. As Ye Xuan promulgated the rules one by one. The entire entertainment industry is numb. Former company owner. Brother, Dad. It was my fault to snow hide you before. Can you let my TV drama go through the review? Sugarman Film and Television Company. Ye Gu, you can play with the female celebrities in our company casually. Please show your respect. Dingdong. Congratulations to the host for rectifying the entertainment industry and receiving a reward of tenfold physical fitness enhancement. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Entering the Civil Service Examination and entering the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau, being a positive member of the entertainment industry. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Chapter 1. Taking the Civil Service Exam and entering the Entertainment Bureau, activating the positive energy system in the entertainment industry. Why is it the day to pay rent again? Huaxia, Yanjing, in a simple rental house. A handsome boy glanced at his shabby little room with a worried expression on his face. A room of 4 or 5 square meters has nothing but a bed and a table, which is a level of crowding that even mosquitoes fly in. The walls of the old residential area are somewhat uneven, with mottled spots that seem to peel off in the next second. Not to mention the poor sound insulation effect that makes it fly. When the door next door is slammed, the sound and movement are like falling in front of your own head. Flipping through the landlord's profile picture, a boy named Ye Xuan with a painful expression in his eyes transferred the next month's rent to the landlord. With a beep, a text message displaying the bank card balance followed closely. Your card ending in 4677 has a current transfer of 1,500 yuan, with an available balance of 892.04 yuan. As Ye Xuan watched his bank card deposit in less than 4 digits, his back curved slightly and a bitter smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Did I also embarrass travelers? That's right. Ye Xuan is a traveler. 3 years ago, he died suddenly due to excessive overtime and traveled to a body with the same name and surname in a parallel world, becoming a recent senior graduate from the Film and Television College. At first, Ye Xuan, who had just crossed over, was thrilled. After all, the parallel world he lived in had a low level of entertainment, and compared to later generations, it was at least 108,000 miles away. For Ye Xuan, this is simply the information gap of the red fruit. I thought I would be a must-have golden finger for a time traveler, and at least it's a script for a superstar. Wait and wait, Ye Xuan has not waited for any time to pass by cheats to appear. Later on, the greater the expectation, the greater the disappointment, and Ye Xuan's fiery heart gradually cooled down. Others travel through time, either waking up to control the world or lying drunk on the knees of beautiful women. Either the chosen son of heaven, upgrade and defeat monsters all the way, and reach the pinnacle of life as soon as he travels through his emotions, he becomes a peerless non-chieftain. How come nothing good happened to him? Want money without money, want career without career, want girlfriend without girlfriend. This is definitely a case of 3-1. After lamenting the hardships of life, Ye Xuan could only sadly step into the army of millions of graduates seeking employment. Fortunately, his luck is quite good. After graduation, Ye Xuan successfully signed a contract with a well-known entertainment company in the industry and became a minor actor in the 18th tier. With his impressive appearance and outstanding acting skills, Ye Xuan became a little popular after playing the male supporting role in a low-cost online drama. Taking advantage of this out-of-the-loop east wind, he seamlessly connected with many supporting role of the drama group, and was busy for 365 days a year. The Emperor did not disappoint those who worked hard, and it can be considered as a step-by-step, gradually rising from the 18th tier to the 3rd and 4th tier small stars. Unfortunately, the good times didn't last long. At the beginning of his career in the entertainment industry, he coincidentally stumbled upon the opportunity for the company's top female star Dong-Jie to hang out with a male celebrity. Now it's ready. Top-tier actress Dong-Jie has an indescribable relationship with the company's executives, and as she sees herself being exposed, she decides to take the initiative and make a big move. In this way, Ye Xuan ended up being hidden by the company. According to the contract, he will be buried in snow for a full 10 years. Now, it happens to be his 3rd year hidden in snow. In recent years, he has still been under the umbrella of this big company, Brilliance, but he doesn't have any acting contracts, and his previous business cooperation has been completely cut off. During this period, he had no job or income and could only barely make ends meet with his previous savings. But these days of not being able to come in and out have also made the already limited savings even more difficult. This is the scene of worrying about rent mentioned above. At this moment, scenes of the past flashed through his mind like fleeting observations, and Ye Xuan's mood became increasingly sad and angry. Which time traveler has lived as hard as him? It's simply heartbreaking to hear, tears to hear. Just as Ye Xuan's mouth twitched one after another, his gaze touched the slightly curled pages of Administrative Professional Ability Test and Essay on the table, and his heart finally felt a little more relieved. Fortunately, during the snow storage period, he did not sit idly by. The end of the universe is compilation. This statement also applies in the entertainment industry. After carefully planning his future life direction, Ye Xuan decisively decided to pass the civil service exam. After picking and choosing, he ultimately targeted the Professional Entertainment Bureau, which is the official department in charge of the film and television drama industry. After working hard for 2 months, Ye Xuan entered the final interview with the second highest score in the written test. We are waiting for the interview results right now. Just as Ye Xuan was silently praying for the blessings of Wenchang in his heart, the phone placed on the table made a vibrating sound. Glancing at the unfamiliar caller ID, Ye Xuan pressed the connect button. Hello, hello. Hello, is this Mr. Ye Xuan? A business voice rang across the phone, and Ye Xuan immediately responded. Yes, I am Ye Xuan. After receiving accurate information, the conversation across from him still carried a polite tone of following the rules, but it fell into Ye Xuan's ears as if it were like the sound of heaven. Hello Mr. Ye Xuan, congratulations on confirming your appointment as an inspector for the review department of the Film and Television Management Department of the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau. Please bring your employment information and officially report in 2 days. The address is number 2 Fuxingmenwei Street, Yanjing, National Cultural and Entertainment Bureau. The remaining words on the other side of the phone were not heard clearly by Ye Xuan, and at this moment, his mind kept ringing with the words he had just said. Congratulations on confirming that you are planning to recruit inspectors for the examination department of the Film and Television Management Department of the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau. That is to say, did he pass the exam? He successfully landed. Will he be a person with a permanent establishment in the future? After receiving the good news, Ye Xuan quickly thanked the staff on the other end of the phone. After confirming some details, he reluctantly hung up the phone. At this moment, endless joy was revealed between Ye Xuan's eyebrows, and the previous depression was swept away. Just as Ye Xuan was immersed in the excitement of landing the civil service exam, a burst of mechanical and electronic sounds rang out in his mind. Ding! A suitable host has been detected and the entertainment industry's positive energy system is being activated. Task progress. 1%, 2%. Ding! The positive energy system in the entertainment industry has been successfully activated. The crisp electronic sounds echoed one after another, and Ye Xuan was stunned in place. Chapter 2. On the first day of work, review TV dramas. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Chapter 2. On the first day of work, review TV dramas. Ye Xuan exclaimed. It's too spicy. The next second, Ye Xuan's eyes immediately caught a hint of surprise. Has the golden finger that I have been waiting for 3 years finally appeared? However, in addition to his surprise, Ye Xuan couldn't help but mutter to himself. The entertainment industry's positive energy system. He is naturally familiar with the system, but this positive energy system in the entertainment industry makes him somewhat confused. Just as Ye Xuan was puzzled, a systematic explanation followed closely. The positive energy system of the entertainment industry aims to rectify the chaos, purify the atmosphere, and reshape the rules of the entertainment industry. As long as the protagonist reorganizes the entertainment industry, they can obtain positive energy points and exchange them for rewards. Upon hearing the sound of the system, Ye Xuan's eyes also flashed with a sudden realization. At this moment, his expression remained unchanged, but his mind had already come to life. In other words, in order to gain more positive energy points, one must properly rectify the irregularities in the entertainment industry. This is simply tailor-made for one's own work. Thinking that not only did I successfully pass the civil service exam, but I also developed the essential golden finger cheat for travel, which was a double blessing. The successive good deeds finally dispelled some of Ye Xuan's previous gloom. That night, Ye Xuan slept even more soundly than before. 2 days passed in an instant, and soon it was the day when Ye Xuan officially reported. This day happened to be Monday, and Ye Xuan even washed his head early in the morning and went to the entertainment bureau to report with a clear mind. Upon arriving at the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau, Ye Xuan followed the address provided by the previous staff and walked towards the office of the responsible leader. I walked to the entrance of the examination office and knocked on the door until I heard the sound of coming in from inside. Ye Xuan pushed the door in. As soon as I entered the office, I saw a man with a Chinese character face, about 40 years old, sitting at his desk, dealing with work. Glancing over the nameplate in front of the office desk, Ye Xuan noticed the words, Ye Xuan from the Examination Department of the Film and Television Management Department written on it, and his mind was already clear. This is my future supervisor, Director Yu. Hello Director Yu, I am Ye Xuan, the new reporter. As soon as the voice came out, Director Yu also looked up at Ye Xuan who was entering the door. He had already learned in advance that a new person was coming to report today and followed the process to inquire. Xiaoye, right. Just sit down for a while, have you brought all your employment documents? As a newcomer on the first day of employment, Ye Xuan pays great attention to every word and action in front of the leader in charge. I brought it, it's all sorted out. I'll handle the onboarding process later. I'll take you to the office area to familiarize yourself and claim your workstation. Okay, thank you, Director. After saying these words, Ye Xuan stood aside, waiting for Director Yu to finish the work at hand first. Director Yu on the other end quickly signed the last document in his hand, glanced at Ye Xuan sitting quietly beside him, and saw that Ye Xuan's words and actions were elegant, and he also felt a little more satisfied in his eyes. Follow me. Leaving the office and crossing the corridor, Ye Xuan followed Director Yu to the office area on the same floor. Within an office area of approximately 200 square meters, there are 20 to 30 employees sitting sparsely. Some employees are typing the keyboard with a clattering sound in front of the computer. Some employees are also burying their heads in looking at documents and occasionally signing them. Of course, there are also a few employees who are fishing and chatting happily. As soon as they saw the leader coming over, everyone immediately put aside their work and took the initiative to greet each other. "Good morning, Director." "Ye Xuan." Nodding towards the crowd, Director Ye turned around and introduced himself to Ye Xuan, who was following behind him. "Introduce a new comrade, Ye Xuan. He has 3 years of work experience in the entertainment industry and will join us as a researcher in the Film and Television Management Department Censorship Department in the future. Welcome everyone." The office suddenly burst into enthusiastic applause, and Director Ye also looked at Ye Xuan. "Xiaoya, let's say hello to everyone first." After a brief self-introduction, Ye Xuan followed Director Ye to claim his own workstation and then completed the onboarding procedures. After completing the procedures in July and August, Director Ye handed a work manual to Ye Xuan. "Come on, familiarize yourself with your job responsibilities." Ye Xuan took the work manual and carefully browsed through it. The position he applied for is a researcher at the Examination Department of the Film and Television Management Department of the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau. I found my corresponding position in the directory, and Ye Xuan quickly flipped through the job responsibilities of the review department. As stated in the work manual, the responsibilities of the review office of the Film and Television Administration include but are not limited to receiving various types of film and television works reviewed by the state administration, arranging expert groups to review them, reviewing expert approval opinions, and conducting spot checks on review records and providing opinions when necessary. A series of dry words look like an old lady's foot wrap, smelly and long, obscure and difficult to understand. Simply put, it's just one sentence. As long as the general administration fails to review, all works cannot be broadcasted. Just as Ye Xuan became familiar with his job responsibilities, Director Ye beside him patiently explained. "Xiaoya, considering your previous work experience, your job responsibility is to review film and television works every day to see if they are reasonable. If they are reasonable, then approve them. If they are unreasonable, deduct them directly." Listening to Director Ye's suggestion, Ye Xuan nodded clearly. When Director Ye left, Ye Xuan also returned to his exclusive workstation. "This class is really good, just watch TV dramas." Just as Ye Xuan lamented that the compilation was just fragrant, as one film and another pending review began to play on the computer, Ye Xuan's eyebrows gradually furrowed. "Isn't this really too eye-catching? Isn't this one curtain one dream the history of the strongest junior high school? Isn't this Chinese and foreign co-production magic fate a bloody story of 2 male and female leads who have their own boyfriend and girlfriend cheating on each other? And this certain garden, isn't it dressed in the coat of campus love, vividly staged a campus bullying?" Several films and TV shows were broadcasted in a row, and as Ye Xuan watched the series of plot twists that combined all the clichés of the 3 views, several black lines appeared in his mind. How did these TV dramas with scattered views come up? Have you really become a brain drain for censors? These dramas are also too harsh. Has it almost reached the level of being included in today's statement? For a whole day, Ye Xuan was deeply speechless about this series of film and television works that destroyed his values. Just as Ye Xuan fell silent as he watched these distorted films and TV shows, Director Ye's voice suddenly rang out. "Xiao Yi, today is a regular meeting presided over by the director. Come and familiarize yourself with me." Regular meetings. Ye Xuan quickly took out his notebook and pen from the table and followed Director Ye's footsteps. Chapter 3. Regular Meeting of the Film and Television Management Department. Ye Xuan suggests. You are listening at novel.Audio. Chapter 3 Regular Meeting of the Film and Television Management Department. Ye Xuan suggests. It is necessary to rectify the entertainment industry. The Film and Television Management Department holds a regular meeting once a month, and the 3 major departments take turns reporting their work to the director. Along the way, Director Ye gave a brief introduction to the meeting. Combining with the organizational structure of the Film and Television Management Department, Ye Xuan gradually understood. The Film and Television Management Department has 3 departments, namely the Office, Planning Department, and Review Department. The 3 major departments each fulfill their respective responsibilities, including Film and Television Regulation Guidance, Film and Television Topic Planning, and Film and Television Review. At the beginning of the month, it happens to be the day when the 3 major departments report their work to the Director of the General Administration of Culture and Entertainment. Not long after, the 2 arrived at the conference room on the same floor. As soon as Director Ye walked in, Ye Xuan noticed that there were already many people sitting in the conference room. As Director Ye sat in the front row, Ye Xuan casually sat down in the last seat near the door. A few minutes later, some people came to the conference room one after another, and many of the originally vacant seats were immediately filled. However, the main position remains empty. Ye Xuan glanced at the time, and at exactly 2 o'clock, he saw a middle-aged man in a black suit stride in. The man has a beard and a slightly burly figure, with a commanding presence between his eyebrows. Obviously, it is Director Wang, the highest official of the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau. As soon as Director Wang appeared, everyone in the conference room greeted him one after another. "Hello, Director." "Director Wang." After nodding slightly, Director Wang sat in the first place, looking around with a solemn expression, and then said solemnly, "Everyone is here, then let's start. Report on the management of last month's TV drama content in sequence, with the Office coming first." As soon as the voice came out, Ye Xuan saw Director Lu, who was sitting in the first seat on the lower left of Director Wang, nodding in the Office. After meeting all his colleagues in the morning, Ye Xuan was quite impressed by Director Lu. After all, Director Lu, who had a Mediterranean hairstyle, was shocked when he revealed that he was only 35 years old. Even if he were to reverse his age and say 50.3, Ye Xuan wouldn't doubt it at this moment. Director Lu pushed the black-framed glasses on the bridge of his nose, cleared his throat, and reported on last month's filing situation in a familiar manner. Last month, there were a total of 27 TV dramas and 914 episodes that were recorded and publicly announced for filming and production. According to the theme, there are 18 contemporary themes with 587 episodes, 3 modern themes with 105 episodes, and 3 ancient themes with 114 episodes. 15 TV series titles do not meet the standards and have been requested to change the production unit. There are 14 TV dramas with too many episodes, and the production unit has been requested to reduce them. Director Lu's report was well organized, and even Ye Xuan, who was attending the meeting for the first time, had a rough understanding of last month's film and television situation. After Director Lu's speech, Director Wang's eyes showed a hint of satisfaction and he continued speaking. Next, Planning Department. Ye Xuan's gaze followed and turned to Director Meng of the Planning Department sitting opposite Director Lu in the office. Director Meng is the only female leader among the 3 major departments, with a slightly furrowed brow and a worried tone. Recently, there has been a serious tendency towards negative creative elements in the remakes of old dramas, with a large number of similarities and clones in the selection of film and television series topics. From the end of last year to this year, the new version of Meteor Garden has been finalized, the new version of Foam has been finalized in the summer, and the new version of Jinfen has been filed in the family. It is estimated that 20 remakes will appear this year. After a slight sigh, Director Meng explained the key point in one sentence. Many TV dramas only want to take advantage of the popularity of old dramas, which not only have popularity, but also have fans, emotions, and even save promotion costs. This is also the reason why the quality of remakes is getting worse and worse. Listening to the report from the planning department, Director Wang quickly provided new guidance. Since that's the case, the next step is to focus on strengthening the review and content review of TV dramas filing and publicity. Director Wang's words were a decisive decision, and many colleagues present took notes. With the rustling sound of the pen nib passing over the paper, Director Wang's gaze also fell on Director Yu of the examination department, who had not yet spoken. The office and planning department have both finished reporting. What about the review department? Upon hearing this, Ye Xuan's gaze also turned to Director Yu sitting in the front row, and he saw Director Yu calmly speaking. The quality of recent TV dramas has shown a clear downward trend. Many TV dramas, in order to catch up with the cycle, have adopted shoddy special effects, such as Lonely Fragrance. Upon hearing the familiar title of the play, Ye Xuan nodded along. This TV drama, relying solely on its own efforts, has almost broken the bottom line of domestic bad dramas. The green screen special effects such as mind gouging, facial features smoothing, fake background, and special effects pulling the crotch make people want to poke their eyes. At this moment, after listening to Director Yu's report, Director Wang furrowed his brow and then said in a deep voice. In the future, we need to improve the issue of reporting and supervising responsibilities, timely report and review corresponding TV dramas, and criticize relevant production units and broadcasting TV stations' business. Watching the three departments have finished reporting, Director Wang's gaze swept around and suddenly froze on the newly arrived Ye Xuan. Is this the new Xiaoye? It is said that you have worked in the entertainment industry before. As an industry insider, what are your thoughts? As soon as the voice came out, the entire office's gaze turned towards Ye Xuan. Ye Xuan was suddenly called out, and at this moment he was also slightly stunned. When he realized it, his expression showed no signs of panic. After all, for him, the series of unhealthy trends in the entertainment industry are simply too obscure. As a newcomer, I still have a lot to learn from everyone. I'll make a few simple points. If there's anything wrong, please forgive me. Watching Ye Xuan's extremely low-key speech, Director Wang nodded to himself. The new Xiaoye is quite humble. He was somewhat looking forward to Ye Xuan's speech. At this moment, Ye Xuan straightened his spine and chatted confidently. Firstly, some TV dramas have the problem of incorrect values. Although dressed in the guise of real-life themes, their essence is mindless Mary Sue idol dramas, with the plot suspended in life. Secondly, some TV dramas invite a large number of foreign celebrities, which is not conducive to the development of local film and television. Thirdly, some TV dramas have no sense of rhythm in their plots, and the actors' expressions are overly exaggerated. After pointing out 3 points of industry chaos in a row, Ye Xuan paused for a moment and threw out his final conclusion. In my opinion, we should rectify the bad atmosphere in the entertainment industry and take down the above-mentioned TV dramas. As soon as the powerful and resounding remarks were made, many people in the conference room were amazed. That's right, many TV dramas' performances are exaggerated, and the actors' acting skills are too forceful and intense. Watching them is really embarrassing. Ye Xuan is right. In several TV dramas, there are slogans of self-improvement and self-reliance on the surface, but love is still the greatest. Indeed, a large number of foreign celebrities come to China to grab jobs, causing many domestic artists to be idle. Isn't this equivalent to throwing money into outsiders' wallets, yet leaving one's own people starving to the brink of death? As everyone agreed, Director Wang's gaze towards Ye Xuan also increased in appreciation. After a moment of contemplation, Director Wang immediately made a decision. The entertainment industry really needs to be reorganized, just follow what Xiaoye said. P.S. These data are the biggest driving force for me to code words. My hand speed is very fast, basically over 18,000 yuan per day, and I have already saved 10 chapters of manuscripts. Starting with a fixed update of 5 chapters per day, currently there are no fresh flowers. As long as there are 300 fresh flowers, add another chapter immediately. As long as there is a reward. Little brother, add another chapter immediately. As long as there are 200 review tickets, I will immediately add another chapter, I will never break my promise. As long as there is data, I will immediately explode and update. Chapter 4 Ye Xuan. Glorious Entertainment. It fell into my hands. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4 Ye Xuan. Glorious Entertainment. It's in my hands. The meeting ended and everyone quickly dispersed. As everyone dispersed in their footsteps, Director Yu, who only got up at the end, patted Ye Xuan's shoulder with a slight smile in his eyes. Work hard. After speaking, Director Yu turned around and walked towards the door. Ye Xuan nodded. After returning to the workstation, Ye Xuan reopened his computer and browsed through the pending approval form for the TV series. As he flipped through the tables one by one, Ye Xuan's eyebrows slightly raised as his gaze touched one of the TV drama production units. Glorious Entertainment Company. Isn't this exactly my old employer? Feeling that his old employer had also fallen into his hands, Ye Xuan took the opportunity to look at the details of the audit form. When Ye Xuan caught a glimpse of the actors in the TV series, a hint of playfulness flashed in his eyes. Isn't this a coincidence? The female lead of this TV series happens to be Dong-Jia, who caused her to hide in the snow. Recalling that he had only broken through Dong-Jia's good deed, Ye Xuan's eyes sank as Dong-Jia retorted at a high-level meeting, claiming that he had ulterior motives towards her. I pooh. Is Ye Xuan blind? So many young and beautiful girls with big breasts and long legs are missing. Is he looking for her to be old, or is he looking for her to be as thin as a bamboo pole and just scratching his hands? With a soft snort, Ye Xuan carefully looked at the TV drama material called If Heaven Were Loving in front of him. Feng Shui takes turns. He wants to see how good the quality of the TV drama Dong-Jia starred in is. As the first episode of the TV series aired, Ye Xuan almost sprayed water from his mouth. Isn't Dong-Jia always claiming to be a professional actor? But how did this exaggerated expression, with all its facial features flying wildly, come about? This glaring and gritting of teeth, is it just that professional acting skills are not up to par? If the perfect score for acting is 10, is this a maximum of 0.00001 points? Feeling that the picture was a bit eye-catching, Ye Xuan decisively chose to watch in multiples. As the TV drama reached its 5th episode, Ye Xuan's expression became increasingly colorful. I didn't expect that the exaggerated acting skills were just the tip of the iceberg, and the 3 views of this TV series were even more admirable. Ye Xuan always thought that he had read countless films and had already reached the highest level of invincibility, even in the face of thousands of years of black dog blood, he could remain unscathed. But now that he sees this TV series, he suddenly feels that he is still too naive. I simply underestimated the eerie creativity and imagination of the director and screenwriter of this TV series. What is this called, Love in Heaven? It's simply an environmental propaganda drama dedicated to urban greening. The female protagonist played by Dong-Jia was entrusted by his father to his good brother, an old man 18 years older than the female protagonist, because his father was imprisoned. From then on, the old man began to dote on the female lead 360 degrees without any upper or lower limits. In this way, the little girl was directly accustomed to being a father-controlled person, and staged a distorted love story. Do you think the story ends here? Great mistake. This simply underestimates the imagination of the director and screenwriter. This old man who took the script of Long Outyen has been doting on the female lead all the way, while also having a fixed female partner and being the female vice president of the same company as himself. And this female vice president is also a married woman. What's even more unreasonable is that this female vice president's partner is not only wearing a green and unparalleled jade hat covering a radius of hundreds of miles, but also a wife who comes home from another man at 3 in the middle of the night and feels that her return is too early. As Ye Xuan watched the series of bloody plotlines, he felt countless question marks popping up in his mind. At the end, Ye Xuan showed even greater respect to the director and screenwriter. With just a few characters, the city's greening rate has made significant progress. It's like you green me, I green you, everyone's head is covered in a vast green grassland. At this moment, a limerick poem appeared in Ye Xuan's mind. Prohibit. Avoid being infatuated with a panicked heart, father-daughter falling in love with 1,000 tears. If there is love in the sky, it will also be old. The right path in the world is the vicissitudes of life. Without any eyes to continue looking down, Ye Xuan decisively clicked, failed, with the mouse. Seeing the three big characters, unqualified, appear on the approval form, Ye Xuan couldn't help but give himself a thumbs up in his heart. To eliminate the corrupt practices in the entertainment industry, we have to rely on him. There's no way to escape his eyes. On the other side, the office of the chairman of Pfizer Entertainment. The well-dressed middle-aged man is standing in front of the big French window, overlooking the whole of Yanjing, with a proud smile on his mouth while talking on the phone. Don't worry, our company's latest TV drama is about to start broadcasting, and we will definitely make a steady profit. So, let me keep the house at one.The Academy. The middle-aged man, Chang Xiaobai, a director of brilliant entertainment company, successfully booked a luxurious mansion worth 1 billion yuan at one.The Academy, and then hung up the phone with satisfaction. Just as he was humming a small tune and feeling extremely happy, he saw director Ye Xuan, who was in charge of the TV drama, Love in Heaven, rush in without even knocking on the door. Sha Dong, things are not going well. Seeing director Ye's panicked appearance, Chairman Sha even joked happily. What big deal is not good? Did the master let the fairy catch him again? Chairman Jian Sha is still in the mood to throw jokes, and director Ye is even more misled. What time is it now? What other bad jokes does the chairman tell? Sha Dong, something really big has happened. Noticing that director Ye was so anxious that sweat broke out on his forehead, Chairman Sha couldn't help but advise. Why panic? We need to be calm when doing things. At this moment, director Ye was so anxious that her mouth was about to bubble, but unfortunately, Chairman Sha in front of her did not give her a chance to speak. Although the TV drama, Love in Heaven, is about to explode, we must remain calm and composed at all times. Come on, what's up with me? Watching Chairman Sha finally mention Love in Heaven, director Ye hurriedly handed out his phone. Sha Dong, take a look quickly. Slowly taking the phone and looking at it, Chairman Sha's expression suddenly changed. He bounced up and even knocked down the chair behind him. What? The approval for, If There's Love in Heaven, is not qualified. Love in Heaven is their company's annual major project positioned at the S. level. Firstly, in terms of actor allocation, not only did she find top actress Dong Jia, but she also spent a lot of money to find the best male actor of the year from Bangzi country to star together. Secondly, in terms of scene props, the costumes and special effects are meticulously crafted, which can be said to be well-intentioned. If it can't be broadcasted, wouldn't all investments be in vain? At this moment, Chairman Sha is so anxious that he is spinning around like ants on a hot pot. Where else can there be such a light breeze just now? Thinking that all of this came from the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau, he anxiously threw down this sentence. What exactly is the reason? Hurry up and check it out for me. Chapter 5 Brilliant Entertainment Stupid Eyes. The Censor Unexpectedly. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Chapter 5 Brilliant Entertainment Stupid Eyes. Surprisingly, the reviewer is Ye Xuan. 15 minutes later, the relevant creative teams of If You Were Love were all called to the conference room. Everyone clearly learned the bad news that the TV drama approval had not been approved, and their faces were full of anxiety and panic. How could it not pass? This is the largest TV drama investment in the history of our company. What should we do? If it doesn't pass, wouldn't all of our investments be in vain? With one high-pitched discussion after another, the entire conference room was filled with a tense and gloomy atmosphere. Just as everyone was in a hurry to discuss, Chairman Sha and the director in charge of this TV drama, Ye Xuan, arrived late. Upon seeing Chairman Shah's appearance, the actress sitting in the first seat at the bottom right of the conference table lit up her eyes and spoke out first. "Why didn't you pass? Where is the problem?" The actress has quite beautiful facial features, but her two willow eyebrows are slightly furrowed, clearly accompanied by annoyance. This is Dong-Jia, the lead actor of the TV series, If There Is Love in Heaven. Relying on her personal relationship with Chairman Shah, even though the meeting had not yet officially started, she couldn't help but ask questions anxiously. And as soon as these words were spoken, they happened to hit the muzzle of Chairman Shah's gun. A stack of A4 paper slammed heavily in front of Dong-Jia, and Chairman Shah's angry shout followed closely. "Do you still have the face to ask me? Look at the reason for not passing on the approval form for yourself." Startled by Chairman Shah's anger, Dong-Jia felt that he had somehow touched Chairman Shah's mold and immediately remained silent, afraid to continue speaking. As soon as she remembered Chairman Shah's words, she picked up the information on the table and looked at it with great confusion. As stated in the reason for failure on the approval form. Firstly, the leading actor's acting skills are crucial. Secondly, the content of TV dramas is not well-balanced. Upon seeing the first item, Dong-Jia's expression suddenly changed. The leading actress in this TV drama is not only the male lead, but also her. But the male lead in this episode is a foreign actor from Bangzi country, and the front foot has just won the Best Actor of the Year award in Bangzi country. How could there be a problem with his acting skills? So, with poor acting skills, isn't she the one talking about? No wonder Chairman Shah was so furious just now. Dong-Jia immediately felt a chill in his heart. When my gaze fell on the second reason, I heard Chairman Shah's reprimand ring out again. "What kind of bullshit script are you writing? Do you still expect this script to compete for the grand prize? Do your spring and autumn dreams? Who promised me with unwavering confidence back then?" Watching Chairman Shah's fingers tremble with anger and his face turn pale as he curses, the crowd in the conference room was too grand to dare to step out at this moment. And this sentence fell in Dong-Jia's ear, she bit her lips tightly and her face turned whiter and whiter. You should know that this TV drama was one she strongly urged Chairman Shah to invest in. Thanks to her personal relationship with Chairman Shah, she successfully won the role of the female lead. If this drama can't be aired, Chairman Shah will settle the bill after autumn. He's the first one who can't run away. At this moment, Dong-Jia's heart lifted to his throat and his mind spun rapidly. She seemed to have thought of something, and her eyes lit up as she quickly proposed remedial measures. Could it be that the reviewer's understanding of the TV series deviates from our own? Can you find the examiner to appeal again? Maybe there's still a chance to save it. As soon as these words were spoken, others in the conference room also spoke out in agreement. Dong-Jia is right. Yeah, there are 1,000 Hamlets in the eyes of 1,000 readers. Maybe the examiner only saw a few fragments and made a conclusion. That's it. Upon hearing everyone's words, Chairman Shah's anger gradually dissipated and he began to ponder. Indeed. If the entire TV series fails completely, then the losses of their brilliant entertainment company will be huge. If the re-appeal is successful, even if it is rectified, it can at least ensure the smooth release of the TV series. With this in mind, his gaze turned to Dong-Jia, the lead actor of this time, and Chairman Shah arranged with a stern expression. Dong-Jia, as a representative of the creative team, you and I will go to the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau to submit the review materials together. An hour later, Chairman Shah and Dong-Jia appeared in the same building of the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau in Yanjing. As soon as he walked into the building, Chairman Shah immediately put away his previous arrogance, subconsciously lowered his loud voice, and explained to Dong-Jia. You need to put aside your usual attitude later. Don't get used to drinking in the company and don't know who you are anymore. Seeing the warning from Chairman Shah, Dong-Jia's heart tightened and quickly bent down to nod in agreement. Where do I still not know the weight? As long as the censors are willing to approve our drama, I can do anything. As they spoke, the two had already arrived at the office of the examination department of the Film and Television Administration. According to the approval documents, the corresponding workstation 5 was found. As soon as Chairman Xia walked up to the reviewer at workstation 5, he respectfully spoke up. "Hello, comrade. We are the production unit of the TV series Love in Heaven, Brilliant Entertainment. We would like to apply for a second application for the TV series." With a grin on his face, Chairman Xia nodded repeatedly in front of the examiner, his two narrow eyes full of flattery. "What you said is wrong, we will make immediate changes. If you say east, we will definitely not dare to go west." Just as Chairman Xia made such a low-profile introduction, Dongdong looked at the censor wearing a mask in front of him and felt that the other person's eyebrows and eyes seemed somewhat familiar. Dongdong instinctively recalled whether he had seen it somewhere before, and felt a sudden tug on his sleeve. Looking back, I saw Chairman Xia staring at me with an angry expression on his face. With a tense mind, Dongdong couldn't even think about it. He also pleaded in a soft voice. "I am Dongdong, the lead actor of this event. We fully accept your criticism. We will definitely make changes and resolutely make changes. If their nodding and bowing actions were to fall into the eyes of others, they would probably be shocked. One is a CEO with a net worth of billions, and the other is a superstar who has become popular throughout the country. I have always been praised by others, how could there be such a respectful time? But who would let the person in front of them be a censor with the power of life and death in their hands? After all, if the other party says one thing, it's a matter of minutes that determines whether the TV series can be broadcasted or not." However, Dong's gaze was once again drawn to the familiar eyebrows and eyes of the person in front of him. Looking up at the other person's outstanding eyes, she couldn't help but speak up. "Have we met somewhere before?" As soon as these words were spoken, Chairman Xia on the side had already secretly given a thumbs up. Dongdong is still quick to react. Isn't this the first common way to approach a conversation? It seems we're going to use a beauty trick. Just as Chairman Xia felt reliable, the reviewer before the meeting reached out and took off his mask. Chairman Xia's eyes lit up as he noticed the actions of the reviewer. Does this mean that bringing relationships closer is useful? As the examiner in front of him revealed his face, Chairman Xia secretly sighed in his heart that this kid looks pretty good and can even make his debut directly. In the next moment, Dong's exclamation of surprise suddenly rang in his ear. "Are you Ye Xuan?" Chapter 6 Ye Xuan. If you want people to not know, you must not do it yourself. You are listening at novel full.audio. Chapter 6 Ye Xuan. If you want people to know, don't do it unless you do it yourself. Do you really think no one knows what you're doing? A name that sounded a bit familiar went through several twists in his mind, and Chairman Xia finally realized it. Isn't this the little celebrity who broke through Dong's affair with him before? Considering his current identity, Chairman Xia took a cold breath and his gaze was full of surprise. Examiner Ye Xuan, Examiner Ye Xuan. The simple 5 words played back and forth in Chairman Xia's mind, like thunderbolts exploding fiercely in his head. In his heart, he was filled with turbulent waves, and now he blurted it out. "Are you the examiner this time?" At this moment, as he finally recognized himself, Ye Xuan slightly curled his lips. Actually, from the moment they first appeared in front of him, Ye Xuan's eyes had a playful look. These two people's movements are quite fast. Since the approval was issued, within less than 24 hours, I have directly approached myself as an inspector. Dongdong, who recognized him, opened his mouth slightly, his eyes full of disbelief, while Chairman Xia beside him remained motionless as if he had been nailed to the spot. Ye Xuan said with a curled lip. "Two of you, long time no see." Unfortunately, there was no warmth in his smile at this moment. As he spoke, he reached out and took out the nameplate he had just made, placing it on the left side of the table foot. The name on the nameplate stands out prominently. Film and Television Management Department Review Office Ye Xuan. The nameplate seemed light and floating, but it pressed towards Chairman Xia and Dong Jia like a heavy five-finger mountain. What does this mean? Ye Xuan has become the top boss of their entertainment company. Isn't it holding the power of life and death, overseeing their life and death? Thinking of this, the two of them suddenly became solemn. Previously, Ye Xuan was just a small employee who could be easily summoned by his own company, but now he has transformed into a top boss that the two of them cannot afford. As soon as they recalled that they had just kept their promises in front of Ye Xuan, nodding and bowing, their expressions became even more difficult to see. But when he thought that the power of life and death in his own TV series was still in the hands of Ye Xuan, Chairman Xia suppressed his frustration and took the lead in changing to a familiar tone. Ye Xuan, when did you get admitted to the civil service? Why didn't you even tell us? This is really good news. After all, he is a veteran who has been fighting in the market for many years. Currently, Ye Xuan has become the reviewer for his own TV series, and Chairman Xia has chosen the most favorable approach for himself. As he spoke, he also gave a glance to Dong Jia beside him. Taking note of Chairman Xia's Sichuan opera-like speed of facial transformation, Dong Jia's complexion became increasingly pale. Chairman Xia didn't know that Ye Xuan was falsely accused, but she knew very well about the process of Ye Xuan being snowed away. As soon as he thought about causing Ye Xuan to hide in snow for 10 years, and met Ye Xuan's smiling eyes, it was clearly a hot day, but Dong Jia suddenly shuddered. In a faint moment, she felt as if a steel knife had already been placed on her neck. The sword is swift and will fall in the next second. Just as Dong Jia was in a daze, she felt a surge of excitement in her heart when she met the impatient gaze of Chairman Xia beside her. Biting his lower lip hard, Dong Jia quickly squeezed out a hard-to-see smile, pleading in a trembling voice. Ye Xuan, congratulations. You've landed the civil service exam. We're all colleagues, let's just let our TV drama pass based on our past relationship, right? As soon as these words were spoken, Ye Xuan slowly repeated his words. Affection. Muttering these two words, Ye Xuan's eyes flashed with laughter. How could someone who falsely accuses themselves, someone who hides themselves, feel embarrassed to come over and build a relationship with them? Do you really think Ye Xuan is the Holy Mother? If a person does not offend me, I will not offend. If a person offends me, I will definitely offend. When it comes to Ye Xuan's principles, naturally it is, a tooth for a tooth, double the reward. In the next moment, with half-raised eyes, Ye Xuan casually scanned the insincere rectification measures on the document and quickly wrote 3 words with a pen. Not qualified. These 3 words hit Chairman Xia and Dong Jia's heads as if they were thunderbolts. If this TV series doesn't pass, wouldn't all the previous efforts be in vain? Chairman Xia's face completely darkened. A full investment of 50 million yuan. If the TV drama is broadcasted indefinitely, the delayed recovery of related contract payments will greatly affect the company's cash flow. This is undoubtedly a heavy blow for the company. Chairman Xia originally planned to go public with Brilliant Entertainment next year, but his dream of going public has been shattered. At this moment, Dong Jia standing beside Chairman Xia also couldn't believe this fact. In the past year, she has rejected countless theatrical appointments and business collaborations just for this one film, Love in Heaven. This TV drama, which has cost countless efforts, is also her award-winning work that she is preparing to shock the audience. How could she allow all of this to become a mirage? A towering anger gathered in his heart, and Dong Jia glared fiercely at Ye Xuan, his eyes filled with resentment. Ye Xuan, this is clearly a form of public revenge. Shouting loudly, Dong Jia noticed that the eyes of the staff at other workstations had already turned towards him. He decided not to stop working. Ye Xuan, it was you who harbored ill intentions towards me and was exposed by me in public. It has only been 10 years since then. Now that you have successfully passed the civil service entrance examination, I thought you would change your ways, reform yourself, and have blessings in your heart. As more and more people approached, Dongjia's face became more and more delicate, but his gaze became even more sinister. Ye Xuan, you forced me to do all of this. Since you can't make my TV show pass, then I won't let you, the examiner, be able to do it. In the next moment, Dong Jia displayed his highest level of cultivation as an actor, and his voice was filled with crying. But you can't take revenge on us, do you intentionally hold us back? Noticing that many people around had already frowned, Dong Jia even threw a heavy bomb. If government officials are like you, wouldn't it be a loss of face for the country? At this moment, Chairman Sha, who realized Dong Jia's ideas, also joined in. Ye Xuan, it's your fault to seek revenge from both public and private sources. Isn't becoming a national public servant like you smearing the country? The two of them sang together and immediately caused a commotion around them. How could Ye Xuan have done such a thing? The entertainment industry is too chaotic. It's better not to make judgments yet. Who knows if what Dong Jia said is true or false? At this moment, a series of sounds from the office also fell into Ye Xuan's ears. However, his expression remained unchanged. After scanning through everyone's reactions, Ye Xuan's eyes turned cold as he faced the pride in Dong Jia's eyes and the threat in Chairman Sha's eyes. At the next moment, a slightly icy voice slowly sounded. If you want people to know, you must do nothing unless you do it yourself. Do you really think that no one knows what you do? Chapter 7 reveals Dong Jia's 2 boats and sand. You are listening at novel full.audio. Chapter 7 exposes Dong Jia's 2 boats and the black material of Chairman Sha. As soon as the words were spoken, both Chairman Sha and Dong Jia couldn't help but be taken aback. What does that mean? Does this guy know what to do? The two of them exchanged a glance, and a hint of fear flashed in their eyes. If they were to say it themselves, both of them had a lot of black material in their hands. Is there really a handle in Ye Xuan's hands? However, shortly after this thought emerged, it was denied by Chairman Sha. How could it be? Having been in the entertainment industry for so many years, I'm still afraid that just a young person won't succeed. Chairman Sha's mouth curved into a sneer, and there was already speculation in his heart. This kid is definitely bluffing and preparing to shift the target. Upon this thought, Chairman Sha straightened his back and put on an even more upright posture. Ye Xuan, don't make a fool of yourself. Glorious Entertainment has always followed the law and obeyed the public. We act upright, sit upright, and our bodies are not afraid of shadows tilting. Don't talk nonsense, be careful not to let trouble come out of your mouth. The last sentence carries a sense of threat. As soon as Chairman Sha finished speaking, Dong Jia also revealed a picture of pear blossoms falling in the rain. Ye Xuan, how did you become like this? Both the company and Sha Dong have a sense of gratitude towards you. How can you confuse right and wrong, distort black and white? This is not. Speaking of the rest, Dong Jia seemed reluctant to speak, but the onlookers had already subconsciously completed the entire sentence. This is not is it a typical ingratitude? At this moment, with the mutual cooperation of the two, the crowd who had just been observing the development of the situation unconsciously followed suit for a while. As a result, the gaze towards Ye Xuan was somewhat skeptical. Brilliant entertainment does sound quite well known in the industry. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Dong Jia is capable of lying. I didn't expect Ye Xuan to be such a person. Upon hearing everyone's words, Chairman Sha's face had already shown a hint of pride. Dong Jia's mouth curved slightly. At this moment, the situation is rapidly declining, and Fenming is heading towards a disadvantageous situation for Ye Xuan. However, as they looked at Ye Xuan, their eyebrows furrowed at the same time. Why is this kid still looking calm and composed? An ominous premonition emerged uncontrollably. As the focus of everyone's attention, Ye Xuan suddenly burst out laughing as he watched these two performers perform one after another. Have you had enough acting? The tone was neither light nor heavy, without any emotion, but it suddenly made the smiles on Chairman Xia and Dong Jie's faces freeze. The alarm bell rang in their hearts, and Ye Xuan calmly opened his phone. After a few taps, a recording suddenly flowed out. "Don't worry, this is still in the office." Ye Xuan still had a gasping voice overflowing, and upon hearing it, Dong Jie's voice was quite recognizable. Dong Jie suddenly opened her eyes wide, her face showing shock, and the next sentence made her face turn pale. "What are you afraid of? My company, I can do whatever I want." This is clearly the voice of Chairman Xia. Following closely behind is the sound of pulling apart the belt and the chair rubbing against it with a gentle touch of Ye Xuan's hand. The sound of his phone suddenly came to an end. Even if the voice didn't continue, everyone could clearly guess how explosive the subsequent content was. You. Raising his fingers towards Ye Xuan, Chairman Xia's face became extremely ugly, and his previously triumphant expression became even more sinister. Dong Jie on the side watched as everyone's expressions began to go wrong, and now he was even more panicked and defended himself. "This is definitely fake, it's synthetic." If this recording were to be released, Dong Jie's image as a pure and innocent jade girl would be completely shattered. Even she could think of how tomorrow's headline report would write about herself. Dong Jiebang, boss, is in power. Dong Jie's jade girl becomes desire girl. Dong Jie's pure and innocent image is completely gone. At this moment, as they seemed to want to deny the recording, Ye Xuan raised his eyebrows and continued to point his fingers. "Another recording is coming. Still in the company, what if someone discovers something?" Still the voice of Dong Jie. This recording seems to be no different from the previous one. Just listening, Chairman Xia's face was mixed with doubt. Which time was this? Why doesn't he remember? Unlike Chairman Xia's reaction, Dong Jie let out a thud in his heart. It seemed like something was on her mind, and her pupils suddenly tightened, sweating profusely. "Don't let it go anymore." Seemingly fearless of the following content, Dong Jie let out a hoarse scream, which sounded a bit harsh to the ear. At the same time, she had reached out her hand, trying to grab Ye Xuan's phone and stop him from moving. "We can't let it go anymore. If she were to be released again, she would be completely finished." Unexpectedly, Ye Xuan was already on guard and quickly took his phone to the other side. The recording continued to play. "What? Afraid Sadong might find out you're with me. Can't you give him a green hat?" At first glance, it sounded like a man's voice, but the tone was clearly different from that of Chairman Xia just now. Upon hearing this, the faces of the people watching the play around all changed. This Dong Jie not only has an indescribable relationship with Chairman Xia, but also falls in love with other men. Isn't this just a two-legged boat? So Dong Jie is actually such a person. I've been blind for so many years to the filters of Ling Qingqiu. I'll go. This wave of big news is a bit fierce. At this moment, the words of the onlookers were like sharp swords, falling one after another in the ears of Chairman Xia, who was full of disbelief. His expression changed one after another, and Chairman Xia's body was currently unstable, taking a slight step back. He takes care of Dong Jie, not only by looking at his face, but also by looking innocent. However, his skills in bed are reversed. Men, who doesn't love the contrast between being pure in front of others and being charming in the back? I originally wanted to play with Dong Jie for a while longer, but unexpectedly, Dong Jie was fooling around behind his back. Anger kept rising, and Chairman Xia slapped Dong Jie in the face on the spot. "Stinky bitch. Son. Who gave you your face?" With a loud bang, Dong Jie was slapped to the ground. This slap was not without force, and Dong Jie's face suddenly turned red and swollen, showing a look of embarrassment. But at this moment, she ignored the pain on her face and trembled all over, almost fainting from fear. Chairman Xia is his biggest backstage. If I didn't have Chairman Xia, I would have nothing left. As soon as she thought of the series of consequences and didn't have time to get up, she instinctively grabbed Chairman Xia's pants leg and collapsed to the ground pleading. "Xia Dong, believe me. All of this is fake, definitely fabricated by Ye Xuan." As soon as these words were spoken, Chairman Xia in front of him had no faith at all. If this matter is false, why is Dong Jie so nervous just now? At this point, Chairman Xia's face became increasingly ugly, and now he mercilessly kicked Dong Jie's arm away. At this moment, Ye Xuan, who had been watching this farce, spoke up leisurely. "Now, it's your turn, Chairman Xia." A cold voice, like a sickle of death, stopped at Chairman Xia's neck. He felt a sudden chill in his heart. How much more does this kid know? If false endorsements do not carry enough weight in Chapter 8, then you are listening at novel full.audio. If the false endorsement in Chapter 8 is not enough, what about the suspected entertainment of X? Compared to Chairman Xia, who is trapped in a cold cellar, Ye Xuan's face is actually more relaxed and free. Do you remember drinking endlessly? As soon as a familiar name was given, Chairman Xia didn't have time to think much and blurted out his debut. "This is our company's endorsement, what's wrong?" As the head of Brilliant Entertainment, Chairman Xia is endorsing Natural Gate Qing under Brilliant Entertainment. However, as Ye Xuan suddenly mentioned unlimited drinking, Chairman Xia's brow furrowed fiercely. What did this kid suddenly mention about endorsing? Chairman Xia's expression was captured by Ye Xuan's eyes. Seeing that Chairman Xia was completely unaware of any issues, Ye Xuan raised his eyebrows and threw a thunderbolt. "Do you know that Infinite Health Technology Company, Limited has already been listed as a serious illegal and dishonest enterprise?" Upon hearing this, Chairman Xia's heart suddenly thumped. How could he not know? Although the name of this company may not be obvious, the endorsement fee offered is exorbitant. The sky-high price can completely ignore the quality of the product. Noticing the flicker in Chairman Xia's eyes, Ye Xuan quickly understood. "It seems you already have a clear idea. The product claims to have the ability to prevent the absorption of fats and sugars, but in reality, it's just an ordinary candy." Article 61 of the advertising law stipulates that health food advertisements shall not contain judgments or assertions indicating efficacy and safety. It seems that Chairman Xia is pretending not to know. Upon hearing Ye Xuan's voice, Chairman Xia remained silent, but his gaze became increasingly cold. "And this silence falls in the eyes of those around me, clearly indicating affirmation. I also bought this infinite Changyin, but I didn't expect it to be a scammer. This is clearly a false endorsement. We must strictly handle it according to the advertising law. Where is the only false endorsement of Guanghuang Entertainment?" Ye Xuan's voice continued, and many people's eyes widened wider and wider. In addition to unlimited brand drinking, there is also Yanziwu, which falsely promotes, exaggerates its efficacy, and misleads consumers. And the happy formula, running away with money, being deceived in investing in franchisees, and struggling to protect rights. You don't know all of these, do you? At this moment, as Ye Xuan produced one brand after another that was on the brink of collapse, Chairman Xia's forehead also slightly sweated. These brands may not be well-known brands, but how can money make ghosts grind? However, the thought of the entire industry being like this made Chairman Xia's heart involuntarily ease. Even if a false endorsement is exposed, it is just a matter of issuing a fine and sprinkling water to solve it. What's the big deal about this? He thought Ye Xuan could come up with some explosive black material. At this moment, the disapproving expression in Chairman Xia's eyes was clearly seen by Ye Xuan. Indeed, false endorsements are just a trivial matter in the brilliant entertainment industry. But Ye Xuan's purpose is just to tear open the true face of brilliant entertainment. The proud Chairman Xia was completely unaware that the public officials in the entire office were looking at him with increasingly strange eyes. With the continuous exposure of black materials, the wind direction had gradually turned the bow of the ship and began to stand on Ye Xuan's side. Seeing that Chairman Xia did not take false endorsements seriously at all, Ye Xuan immediately threw the next heavyweight bomb. "Xia Dong, do you remember where you were on May 27, 3 years ago?" As soon as the voice came out, Chairman Xia was slightly taken aback. It's all so long ago, how can he remember what he did? Seeing Chairman Xia leave no impression, Ye Xuan curled his lips. Reminder, Bulgari Hotel. A hint of doubt flashed in Chairman Xia's gloomy gaze. In order to prevent himself from falling into the hands of this kid, he couldn't help but start recalling. 3 years ago, I only stayed overnight twice at the Bulgari Hotel. The first time was with Dong.Jie. The second time, it seems like it's still with Dong.Jie. It seemed that he didn't expect any black material to stay at the Bulgari Hotel, and Chairman Xia instinctively let out a long sigh of relief. Looking sideways at Ye Xuan, Chairman Xia showed a disdainful expression. This kid must be fabricating something. At this moment, there was a hint of humor in Ye Xuan's eyes towards Chairman Xia. It seems that Chairman Xia doesn't shed tears until he sees the coffin. With a slight frown, Ye Xuan threw out several detailed clues. Malay billionaires, 25 actors, you are the organizer of the reception, won't you forget? When the word Malay tycoon was coined, Chairman Xia's face suddenly changed. This how did Ye Xuan know? When a wealthy Malay businessman came to China, he invited 25 female celebrities from the company to accompany him with drinks, and even at the thought of the essence of this reception, Chairman Xia's expression completely panicked. The false advertisement in the last second is just an administrative penalty, just pay some money to get it done. If the suspected entertainment of X is exposed, it will become a criminal punishment in the next second, which would be a level of imprisonment. Ye Xuan, don't talk nonsense. I want to sue you for defamation. Compared to Chairman Xia's anxiety, Ye Xuan's expression remained calm. Previously, he was just a small artist hidden in snow, and if these contents were revealed, he would probably be discovered by Brilliant Entertainment in the first place, without even a splash of water. But with a change in identity, the weight of speech naturally changes. Now he has become a censor of the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau. The first time I go ashore for the civil service exam, I will cut off the original company with my first sword. Want evidence? These 25 actors have signed a confidentiality contract with the company, including 2 committing suicide, 3 suffering from depression, 5 hiding, and others still active in the entertainment industry to this day. Speaking of which, Ye Xuan seemed to have just remembered when the topic suddenly changed. By the way, should we also mention the company's malicious contract? Contract term is too long, high termination compensation, failure to fulfill contractual obligations. As Chairman Xia's face turned increasingly pale, Ye Xuan's eyes darkened and his voice became completely cold. Based on the above behaviors, Brilliant Entertainment Company should have been punished long ago. According to regulations, the company's entertainment business license and business license must be revoked. Right as soon as the light words were spoken, Chairman Xia fell into an abyss. Entertainment business license and business license are the lifeblood of a company. If the entertainment business license and business license are revoked, Brilliant Entertainment's business needs to be completely halted. The TV dramas and variety shows being filmed have been completely suspended. Business cooperation and brand endorsement are completely interrupted. At the thought of these series of consequences, Chairman Xia felt a sense of darkness in front of him, his legs weak, and he collapsed to the ground. Watching himself being exposed one after another, he shouted hysterically at Ye Xuan. You're just an examiner, how do you qualify to revoke our license? As soon as the words fell, a majestic voice suddenly came from the door. Who said he didn't? Chapter 9. Ye Xuan becomes the leader of the special investigation team, obtaining. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Ye Xuan becomes the leader of the special investigation team, taking the Brilliant Entertainment Company for an attack. Chairman Xia suddenly turned around and saw a spirited middle-aged man walking in with his head held high and his chest held high, his brows filled with majesty. Looking at the visitor with suspicion, I heard Ye Xuan on the side take the initiative to say hello. "Wang-ju." As soon as the two words were spoken, Chairman Xia's pupils tightened and he suddenly froze in place. Is this the director of the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau? Combined with what he just said, Chairman Xia's forehead was sweating like beans, and he almost fainted to the ground. What does this mean? Director Wang, who has just stepped into the office area, has been standing at the door for a while now. At first, upon hearing the backlash between Chairman Xia and Dongdong, Director Wang didn't believe it at all. Did they go blind during the National Political Review? How could such an immoral person be allowed to become a national public servant? However, Director Wang was quite surprised by Ye Xuan's series of performances. Insight into details, with reason and evidence. Be decisive and organized. This is definitely a good material for a national cadre, it can be greatly utilized. After continuing to watch the farce of a few people, Director Wang's brow furrowed fiercely. He had long known about the prevalence of unhealthy practices in the entertainment industry, but he never expected to be so bold. With cold stars shining in both eyes, Director Wang's face wore a serious expression and his tone became even colder. I have heard what you said. The entertainment industry is now a dirty and chaotic place of right and wrong. Guide public opinion to criticize each other and completely disregard professional advancement. Millions of dollars worth of film and television pay, and low-quality films and TV shows are constantly emerging. Blind pursuit of traffic supremacy, excessive use of internet resources. Leading the proliferation of distorted aesthetics, seriously affecting the growth of teenagers. Which of these is not that your entertainment companies are behind the scenes planning and strategizing? This chaotic entertainment industry should have been rectified long ago. With a resounding and powerful speech, the entire office fell silent. Glancing at the entire scene with fiery eyes, Director Wang immediately threw a new heavy bomb. I officially announced the establishment of a special investigation team for the Film and Television Management Department starting from today. Strictly regulate film and television dramas, comprehensively rectify the entertainment industry. After speaking, Director Wang looked straight at Ye Xuan, who was standing on the side like a pine tree and had the demeanor of a great general in every word and action. The leader of this special investigation team is Ye Xuan from the examination department. The first task of the special investigation team is to conduct a thorough investigation of brilliant entertainment. The thunderous words were spoken, and the whole room fell silent. Everyone realized a fact. The entertainment industry is going to change. And the first step in this transformation is Genji's brilliant entertainment. At this moment, Ye Xuan's eyes lit up slightly as he was entrusted with heavy responsibilities. Leader of the Special Investigation Team. This is simply tailor-made for oneself. With a straight expression, Ye Xuan immediately nodded solemnly to Director Wang. Ensure not to disappoint the leader's trust. And as soon as these series of appointments were made, Chairman Xia and Dongdong, who were limping on the ground, shook their bodies and almost fainted. There was only one last voice left in their hearts. It's over. Completely finished. The speed of Ye Xuan, who took office as a new official, was very fast. After establishing a special investigation team on the same day, he arrived at Glorious Entertainment the next day with the new members. Thoroughly investigate. As soon as this statement was made, the special investigation team conducted a comprehensive investigation into brilliant entertainment. After all, it is Ye Xuan's old boss, and Ye Xuan is even more aware of his old boss's dirty and black materials. Throughout the afternoon, the fines for brilliant entertainment were issued one after another. False promotion, administrative penalty imposed. Slave contracts, pursue criminal responsibility. Organize hospitality and pursue criminal responsibility. Under the combined punishment of multiple crimes, the door of glorious entertainment was completely closed on the same day. The white paper and red seal are firmly attached to the door of glorious entertainment, making it impossible for glorious entertainment to turn around again. From then on, the vast entertainment empire of glorious entertainment completely collapsed. That night, when everyone was supposed to be falling asleep, an entry directly made it to the hot search list. Pure female star Dong-Jia is covered, raised, and cheated. As soon as the entry was made, countless netizens were immediately dumbfounded. This is Dong-Jia, who rose to fame with the help of a wealthy family of gold fans. Relying on the role of Ling Qingqiu, Dong-Jia became famous in one battle. Has become synonymous with flawless innocence, and has also become the white moonlight in the hearts of many people. Surprisingly, there is news of being taken care of. A group of netizens only felt that the filter in their hearts was shattered. I'll go. Have all three of my views been refreshed? Is it really fake? This is the white moonlight in my mind, isn't it fake news? I have long suspected that Dong-Jia has a problem. Starting with top-level configurations and sitting on top resources, it turns out that they all come out of bed. As an industry insider, I have known about this for a long time, but everyone didn't believe it when I said it before. This is not the only one around the woman. Sleeping in the trough. You look like a dog, what you do is just a matter of getting by. When I remembered how I had fallen in love with such a celebrity before, a group of male fans almost vomited up their overnight dinner. I used to love Dong-Jia so much, but now I feel so disgusted with him. And the emotions of female fans are even simpler and more rough. How can they tolerate their favorite idol being a Guan-san? That night, Dong-Jia's fan support group disbanded on the spot, and a group of fans completely defected. In the blink of an eye, Dong-Jia became like a street mouse, with everyone shouting and beating. Just as netizens were continuing to campaign against Dong-Jia, they were attracted by the entry that directly climbed to the top of the hot search list with a destructive force. Glorious Entertainment revokes business license, hot. Explosive. Brilliant Entertainment director Changsha by arrested, heat. Explosive. Netizens were knocked unconscious by this series of shocking news. This is the top 10 veteran entertainment company in the domestic entertainment industry, Brilliant Entertainment. How could such a huge object collapse? Only by clicking on the entry did netizens know. The General Administration of Culture and Entertainment has newly established a special investigation team to comprehensively rectify the entertainment industry. The first step in comprehensively rectifying the entertainment industry is to take action with Brilliant Entertainment. This knife is incredibly sharp and powerful. After verification by a special investigation team, a series of black materials from Brilliant Entertainment are undoubtedly evident. False and illegal endorsement, deceiving and misleading consumers, malicious slave contracts, frequent suicides by oppressive artists suspected of entertaining multiple artists collectively serving wealthy individuals. As soon as this series of explosive content was released, countless netizens were so shocked that their eyes almost fell out. Although they had known the depth of the entertainment industry, they never expected it to become so dark. I'll go. The entertainment industry is so dirty. It has shocked me for 100 years. Vomit, mad. With our common people's money, the chaotic entertainment industry should have been rectified long ago. This kind of garbage company should have revoked its license long ago. That's it. The special investigation team did a great job. For a moment, netizens were extremely pleased with the rectification actions this time and all applauded. Chapter 10. Ye Xuan's fan network exposes official media. Ye. You are listening at novel.Audio. Chapter 10. Ye Xuan's fan network exposes official media. Ye Xuan. Oh my, come and live. However, compared to netizens, the mood of many entertainment companies is somewhat complicated. Through various networks of connections, they have learned that the revocation of the business license of Brilliant Entertainment is all due to the newly established Special Investigation Team. As the head of this Special Investigation Team, it happens to be Ye Xuan, the artist previously hidden by Glorious Entertainment. Isn't it true that people who have also emerged from the entertainment industry have a clear understanding of the various aspects of the entertainment industry? Isn't Brilliant Entertainment a clear lesson from the past? Unprepared and without any warning, behemoths like Brilliant Entertainment collapse overnight with a destructive force. The first one is Glorious Entertainment. Who is the next one? Will it just be my turn? Without time to lament the misfortune of Brilliant Entertainment, countless entertainment company owners shuddered when they remembered this place. A steel knife that was incredibly sharp and gleaming with cold light seemed to have been placed on their necks. The next second is about to fall. With the alarm ringing, everyone in the entertainment industry is in danger. As a result, many entertainment companies have hastily instructed artists to shrink their necks and live a safe life, not to compete for the next leading role. At the same time, some companies have had one.On.1 communication with their artists. Inside and outside the words, they all mean the same thing. The company treats you well. If conditions permit, we can bring it up. Don't take it too hard to sneak into taking the civil service exam. After all, they don't want to be the next Brilliant Entertainment and be ruined by the next Ye Xuan. At this moment, Ye Xuan, who had brought shadows to countless entertainment companies, was listening to the clear voice in his mind and his eyes lit up. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully rectifying the Glorious Entertainment Company. The settlement of the positive energy system is underway. Flipping through the old company seems to be part of rectifying the entertainment industry. After a sigh of emotion, Ye Xuan heard the sound of the system ringing clearly. Ding! Congratulations to the host for receiving a reward of tenfold physical fitness enhancement. 10 times stronger physical fitness. As the sound of the system fell, Ye Xuan only felt a warm current flowing through his limbs. With each breath, his muscles became more solid, and his overall strength increased several times. The whole person is as light as a swallow. With an eager desire in his eyes, Ye Xuan jumped up in place. With such a gentle jump, Ye Xuan was pleasantly surprised to find that he had easily jumped 2 meters high. Line trough. Is this 10 times the physical fitness? Awesome. While Ye Xuan was still trying his new reward, the internet suddenly exploded after a few days of calm. The cause was that the official media Guangming News suddenly posted a tweet. Guangming Report. In recent years, the image of a female canon has become increasingly prominent in the film and entertainment industry, becoming a social issue. The little fresh meat, who has a twisted and cute demeanor, has become an idol for many teenagers through commercial packaging and market operations by film and television production agencies and agency companies. As soon as the tweet was published, it immediately received the approval of countless netizens. I agree too much. If my son's mother were a canon, I might kill him. I think men should have masculinity and look like men. Many men without women, covering their faces. I just want to say, finally, I've waited for this day, I've been holding them for a long time. Just as many netizens were applauding Guangming's report, fans who saw the attached picture of their brother on the tweet were immediately unhappy. In the attached picture, dressed in a red suit, with a pink head and white face, and heavily makeup, isn't it their brother Kai Xukun? In this way, Kai Xukun's support team immediately took Guangming News as the target of criticism. The massive anti-black movement of control evaluation is rapidly unfolding. The standard for measuring an excellent boy should prioritize his character, rather than being limited to his makeup, hair color, and whether he wears jewelry. Who said boys can't wear makeup? Do you live by the seaside? Why bother with such a wide area? Similar content was crazily copied and pasted by fans of Kai Xukun. In just 1 hour, Guangming News's originally only 3 or 4 digit referral data was completely captured by fans of Kai Xukun, breaking through 100,000 in one fell swoop. At first glance, it was all dissatisfaction and verbal abuse towards the tweets, and it also left ordinary netizens' comments far behind. And this scene fell in the eyes of the staff of Guangming News, which completely angered all the staff. Is your older brother a coward? Don't you know it yourself? Watching Kai Xukuan's fans so arrogant, Guangming News directly chose to be tough. Another tweet came roaring with the power of thunder. Guangming Report. The wind of motherly cannons should rest. In some idol dramas and variety shows, male artists and male characters have heavy makeup, seductive clothing, and it is difficult to distinguish between male and female. Creating hot topics for one's own commercial value, riding on popularity, guiding fans to vote and brush the rankings, and making social media chaotic. Guangming Report, once again upright, attached a photo of Kai Xukuan. As if saying, what's wrong with your brother? The fact is in front of us, why don't we let anyone talk about it? And this tough behavior, like a raging fire, completely burned the entire fan base of Kai Xukuan. Countless fans angrily claimed that all of this was spreading rumors, and even began to insult Guangming News. Guangming News is a small media outside the 18th tier. Have you found the traffic password? Do you have to rely on my family's kunkan not to release it? The popularity of other news articles is only a small amount of reading, and the popularity of a post about Kai Xukuan is very high. Do you want face? I wish those who spread rumors or slander Kai Xukuan will receive retribution. You're clearly trying to barely survive by riding on our brother's popularity, you're just a marketing account. Not only that, but also a group of icons have carried out bold conspiracy theories. Your unit's journalists and editors should have all received the money, right? Did you give money to my family to smear my brother? The editor this time is called Li Mingyu, right? Absolutely for public and private use. This report is simply baseless fabrication, it's a defamation of our brother. Watching Kai Xukuan's fans arrogantly proclaim themselves in the comments section of Guangming News, the onlookers were already stunned. Oh my goodness. Did your group of fans get kicked in the head by the donkey, got their brains flooded, or got their brains squeezed by the door? Unexpectedly openly criticizing national-level official media. Just as netizens were shocked, Guangming News also did not expect to encounter such a scene that would destroy their values. In anger, Guangming News directly wrote an appeal letter and delivered it to the Cultural and Entertainment Bureau. The General Administration of Culture and Entertainment quickly placed this appeal letter on the table of the Special Investigation Team. We strongly demand that the State Administration of Culture and Entertainment guide and manage artist Kai Xukuan and his fans. Firstly, fans of Kai Xukuan made vulgar insults and attacks on journalists and editors. Secondly, spreading rumors and slandering journalists, editors, and our unit for accepting money. Thirdly, slandering this account for public or private use. When the appeal letter fell into Ye Xuan's hands, his eyes immediately lit up. Oh, here we go.